Our visitor from the past is Johnny Appleseed, and that's what my story is about. So, Johnny Appleseed. Johnny Appleseed, I hear your name is not really Johnny Appleseed. Can you please tell us what your real name is and where you are from?
Yes, I'd love to tell you. My nickname is Johnny Appleseed because I planted lots of apple seeds, but my real name is John Chapman. I was born on September 26, 1774 in Massachusetts, even before there was a USA.
Why were people moving out west when there were no towns, schools, or many houses?
First of all, my definition of out west is probably different than yours. When I was a child, the United States of America was just forming. Anything past the 13 colonies was out west to us. Not like the Great Plains of cowboys and Indians like you think of as the West. After 1783, the new American government was wanting people to go to American territories past the 13 states to settle. People wanted to have land to farm and to build a new life in a new country.
So, is that why you wanted to go out west too?
Yes, I also wanted to make the West a nicer place by planting apple seeds. I spent a lot of time in the unsettled areas of Pennsylvania and the new territory of Ohio planting orchards. I was able to claim lots of land in these areas.
Why did you choose to plant apple seeds?
I love to see kids climb and play in the trees. Plus, apples are a great fruit to eat. You can also make a lot out of them. I've had many apple pies for dessert. Apple butter is great on homemade bread. And my favorite drink is apple cider. If I had planted oak trees, they would have been fun to climb on, but have you ever heard of someone trying to make a pie out of acorns? Nope. Apples. Yes, that's what I planted.
Did you have other purposes in planting apple seeds and passing out younger plants to people?
Planting apple seeds was something I did as a business, not just for fun. Many people have forgotten that, but as I sold people my plants, I would also share with them about my faith. I loved the new church and wanted others to know about it.
Who taught you about the land as you traveled?
The Indians were really helpful. They taught me how to find berries, plants and roots to eat. Many of the Indians became my friends.
You didn't travel with anyone, but you have said that you were never alone. How is that?
I was by myself most of the time, but the animals were always my friends. I loved animals so much that I became a vegetarian because I didn't want to hurt anything. I remember there was one time I saw a big black bear, but it never came after me. I think it knows how much I loved animals.
Why did you wear a cooking pot as a hat?
It probably looked silly, but I didn't have to carry it if I put it on my head. It kept the sun off my head, and my hands were full with my walking stick and bag of seeds. It was so much easier just to put it on my head instead of carrying it.
What were the conditions you had to travel throughout West?
Traveling was harder back in the early days of our country. We had to walk almost everywhere we went. I walked so much that my clothes tore and became rags. I didn't even have shoes most of the time. But winter set in. I would have to make my own snowshoes. But I loved being able to sleep under the stars at night and listen to the owls hoot. It was like they were telling me good night. I would always say, I am happy. The whole world is my home.
Tell me about the time you went back to the first place you planted an apple seed.
Well, that was a special day for me. When I went back to the first place I planted my first apple tree, I was going over the hill and I looked across the river and saw a girl was playing in a tree. I saw right away that it was an apple tree, and I knew it was one that I had planted. That night I stayed with her family. I told them all of my adventures. Everybody liked to hear them. They wanted me to stay with them, but I said, I have work to do. I did. I had many more years to plant apple seeds.
Thank you for telling us. And for that, I'm giving you a prize.